This is the remains of an old saddle that was in use in the troubled times. A red coat.
Name of Johnson.
With the name of Johnson was riding in after some runaways in Ballygarrett, and he was entering the gateway into Ballygarrett Church, and there was a rebel at the back of the wall as he went in with an axe.
Or pike, maybe.
It was an axe.
Right.
They were waiting for to get him.
Yeah.
For to get somebody on their way in. And he made a swipe at Johnson. Johnson stood up in the stirrups, and the rebel hit the saddle behind where he had been sitting with his axe and put a cut in it. And Johnson...
Something like that you'd hope, but you're looking at it.
Yeah. Johnson stood up in his saddle and escaped. And he pulled his pistol and shot the rebel. And somebody asked him afterwards, God, you didn't shoot the man, did you? I did, be japers, says Johnson, and I hopped off of the tombstone behind him. So that I held on to the saddles when I heard the history of it, and I brought it home here.
See, his brother Robert, Johnson's would have been maybe related to me, Granny's people, his mother's people back at all. And sure,
it's been in store and up in the collar ties here in the old barn ever since, anyway.
Robert left the place below there, so he's only any of the old buildings is gone anyhow. There, he started fresh there, new bungalow, new everything.
And that was in Coolatrindle, was it?
Coolatrindle, yeah.
And Johnson was he was a local yeoman, was he?
Well, they were redcoats.
Redcoats, yeah. No, I see Michael.
Nearly anyone that had land around here at that time was a redcoat. There were Shaws and Jameses and different families around. Yeah. And they had to go when they were called upon.
I don't know if Webster's was here that time, or the Webster's was before.
But it would. Webster's would have been here that time.
Yeah, that's.
So that would have been 1798.
Yeah.
And that saddle goes back to 1798.
Yeah.
That particular saddle does.
But sure,
sure.
It's gone very dilapidated now with the times.
Yeah, I had Dublin now, they have come up great.
Well, the original is pure leather still anyhow.
Yeah. That's the story of that. And there was a story about Shaws as well, wasn't there? Wasn't there a Shawman piked? Wasn't that the story?
There was something about it, but there's different stories about different locations and that where it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Oh no, she's going here. I must show you the yoke of Julia Murphy. She was just saying here that he was down here in what they call Shaw's Orchard in Ballywater.
Well,
that was
what I thought of it, sure, he was shot down here in Knockadawk, where Murphys are living now, in that old house. Some lad called to visit him and making great inquiries with a woman he met in the yard who was Shaw's mother. She told him he was getting on well. And he asked could he go in to have a word with him, he'd like to see him. And he went in and shot him in his bed. And walked on out by the mother again, never had done anything that way. There was queer things happening in those times.
Rough times.
And that was here in Murphy's, you were saying?
Yeah. That was the story I always had of it. But I was sure it was at the end of it anyhow. But he had been injured. We don't, you were hearing over here.
Yeah, well, Julia Murphy's story, was here at Corbally here.
Julia's the story I had was that he was actually shot down here.
Shot dead down here,
That was after he had been staging a recovery. From the shooting up here in Corbally.
And that was outside Middleton's house here, was it, where he got...
Well, that's her story now. He didn't really know much on this.
I only heard him being ill in bed below and being shot down there.
And where was that man buried then, do you think?
No, sure. He'd been Ballygarrett records, I'd say.
Yeah.
A lot of the old records from them days they're in the library.
No, Ballygarrett was the only ones that's left there, but those ones belonging to Kiltrisk, and them were fucking lost. Them got burnt. They were sent. Some of the Ballygarrett ones, by default, they actually survived. Yeah, to have some of them, all right. Somebody wrote a book on that Mary Rodwell had there.
Yeah,
About
Mrs.
the-
Percival did.
Yeah.
Maybe you've seen it.
No.
Yeah, she a bit there about the.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the old stuff was recorded in it.
Yeah. And the Shaw family are gone now. They're well gone.
All never was heard of since.
Probably the mother died and that was the end of it then at the...
Probably
Must have, yeah.
somebody married in and brought in a different name into the place or something.
And that orchard is called Shaw's Orchard, is that?
The orchard is down here below Rahilusk, down on the Ballywater Road.
Sure, that was a place in its own right, the farm.
It's only a small place.
Small place.
It was named Shaw's Orchard.